Hey people, Indra here, 3v3 faction war. This is Typhon Maya and Orks versus Space Marines. For the blue Orky team, MakeEldarsGreatAgain as a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets. Going straight for that central VP I think, alongside Ghaz and a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter rounding off the Ork team, SchmusCriminal with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Red Space Marine team neutral with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside here, taking some damage early, is AngryMetalGuy and a Techmarine. Starts off with a bolt gun, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs. Don't walk out of cover there, buddy. Takes a bunch of Daka to the face. Rounding off the team's strongest Latino as a Force Commander. Versatile frontline hero with powerful offense and disruption. Ultramarines DLC in it for the Emperor and all that. Facing off against the Warboss in the south. Some War banners going up then, providing some passive buffs to nearby Orks. Can also activate them for a longer lasting, lesser buff. What was that Mekboy doing? I was trying to finish off the Techmarine, and the Space Marines haven't taken their VP, I think. Okay. Force Commander and the Apothecary meet. They need to do some intelligent brawling here. Choose their targets well. Force Commander's found some sluggers. And the Kommando knocks them over. Here comes some more sluggers, and these guys have burners. Apothecary needs to stay away from him. He's not staying away from him. Heals himself. And then flees. Commando's in amongst some tactical marines, and he gets his knife. Always a strong shout against Space Marines, I think. Can tie up tactical marines with it and stab them in the neck pretty well with Assassinate, and that's before we even mention Tripper Shot, which is amazing. A long range knockback and a stun. Pretty long range, I think. Yeah, look at that. That's like 20 odd range, I think. Maybe even 30 odd. Techmarine responds with the mastercrafted bolt gun. Good DPS and the high powered shot. He may want to transition to a plasma gun later game if there's a bunch of knobs or flash kits or something. Same with the Kommando, I guess. Can transition into a rocket launcher late game. But they're well kitted for some tier 1 fights, that's for sure. Force Commander going for Artificer armor. Scouts getting shot to bits. Need to be careful, they've got their shotguns. Force Commander's getting ducked in the face, goes down. Should get revived quite easily. Scouts go down, and they had shotguns. Some early losses feeding XP into these shooter boys here. There's aiming what's that to back off there. Scouts may be looking for a grenade. There's high powered shot again. Exploding the head of one of those shooter boys. Back towards the mid then. Tactical Marines cap. They would seem to be facing the wrong way while they were capping. I don't know how they managed that. Devastators on the field for neutral. Devastators with a heavy bolter. Sluggers bashing northern contested power. Does strongest Latino replace the scouts? No sign of it yet. Going for some devastators of his own. Assault squad on the way. All three Ork players went double shooters and interlooters for the Mekboy and for the Warboss. So maybe Chainsword, Storm Shield for a Force Commander here. Perhaps. How many War Banners are we getting? 4 War Banners there. Another 2 on the south side. That's a lot of War Banners. Assault Squad's going to help. 1-1-1 build for neutral. They can jump the looters, of course, and the double shooters and stuff. Need to be careful of those sluggers. You guys have light cover. These guys have heavy cover back here. Although the looters only have light cover for some reason. Yeah, finally they're taking their VP. Ghaz had to point it out to him. I'm not sure what happened there. But they've got it. They have a 2-to-1 cap now. Oh, there's a turret up. A turret in this corner covering the power. It's a good place for it. Not easy to get around, but in tier 2 they have plenty of options to deal with it. So maybe we'll see a tier 2 sharpish here from SchmusCriminal. Has angry bits, by the way. Got very angry and then left. Weak, says SchmusCriminal. I don't think he likes the turret being there. Stun bomb is easily dodged. Well played. Force Commander with that Artificer armor up to 10-20 hit points already. War Banner goes down. Apothecary always gone Sanguine Chainsword here for some heal on hit brawl in action. I think he should have gone And there's the triple shot. I think you should have gone full auto. A customized Storm Bolter. Full auto is so good when you can shut down the Kommando and the Warboss, 2 melee heroes coming at you, but I guess being able to heal yourself with your chainsword is also pretty good. So we'll see how it plays out. Whole bunch of bolter fire here. Yeah, you need to be careful targeting around these walls. Sometimes it will make you run forward when you don't want to, if something gets out of your vision range kind of thing. High-powered shot on the looters there. Looters coming in for Ghaz too. And all 3 Space Marine players have Assault Marines. Mekboy's in there. Does he have electric armor? What's he doing? He does. There's electric shock. Doing some really good damage. Where's the sluggers though? Oh, the sluggers are idle. If the sluggers were in here smacking stuff, that could have been really nasty. He's now getting his big shooter too. Kommando Knob just wrecking some tactical marines with that assassinate to the neck. Assault squad goes after him. He killed one of those marines there. Are they going to jump after him? It looks like not. What are sluggers doing? Oh, they didn't want to get closer to this heavy bolter, I guess. Force Commander's down here, by the way. Oh, he does have his storm shield, look. Meanwhile, to the mid. Frantic game so far, eh? As you often get against Orks, I suppose. Purification Rites is in for the Apothecary. So he may see Armor of Purity to boost up the cooldown speed of his heal. This assault squad is in a dicey spot. The sluggers ran though. Assault squad on retreat path, but they are chasing down some looters. 411 to 376 on the VPs. Techmarine's getting suppressed. He doesn't like it. These guys trying to burn down that node again. Space Marines do have that central VP. Apothecary can easily get in behind the looters, or maybe might need to heal himself. There's the heal. But he's still eating a bunch of Daka. Assault squad ran off. Here's the Kommando looking for some more victims. Okay, Force Commander got revived, throws up to defend. 50% range damage resistance. And he himself passively gets 20% from having the shield equipped. 391 to 376, there's a triple shot. Ability is so strong. So strong. Orks capping the mid. Assault squad jumping in, gets rid of the looters. I don't know why they were so far up there. Mekboy teleports out. Good little blob there for electric armor. Sluggers are in, but they're being outnumbered and have to retreat. 389 to 376 on the VPs. More sluggers coming through. And a bunch of tier 2s as well. So SchmusCriminal can get... Is the turret still there even? It is. Can get Tank Busters, Weird Boy, Death Dread, War Truck, many things to take out the turret. Weird Boy, I think his Foot of Gork will take like half the hit points of a turret. And then he's got his basic attacks. He can maybe draw fire with something else. It is indeed a Weird Boy coming. Tack trying to grab contested wreck point. Eating some Daka, but they're able to brute force it and get it done. Apothecary, oh, he's still level 1. He needs to level up this guy. Makes his heal stronger. Makes him better at using that chainsword if he's in there. I really think the heal on hit things like the sanguine chainsword, they really should heal you if you land a special attack. Oh no, Assault Squad wiped there. That was Neutral's Assault Marine squad. Oh look, the sluggers have their knob leader. It's such a power spike for these guys once they get that leader. Neutral calling the 2. Assault squad of AngryMetalGuy jumping in. And a Merciless Strike, a decent hit. But they have to leave. Oh, they did kill the knob leader. Orks now capping the mid. Dreadnought on the way for neutral. Devastator Plasma Cannon for AngryMetalGuy. I think they should get Librarians up. How good is the Force Barrier here? If they can get 2 Librarians in the mid, firing off Force Barriers. Sluggers can't push against it. It's good against the Knob Squads later as well, and it helps your Terminators back to safety if you have Librarians up. Or a Whirlwind maybe back here. Or up on this ridge. I mean, you need to be careful with it, obviously, but you need to be careful with everything in Dawn of War 2. You can die so fast. Stern Guard Veterans dropped in for strongest Latino. Switching to their Hellfire rounds, which do damage over time against light infantry and heroes. That is the Foot of Gork. Look at the damage it does to the tarantula turret there. And there's some basic attacks. Oh, now the turret's firing back though. And there's those acidic hellfire rounds. These guys can switch their ammo type to combat all targets. And Orks do not like this acid stuff. Getting absolutely ripped to shreds. Shooter Boy's wiping there, I think, for SchmusCriminal. Warboss is in there. With a power claw, goes down. Can the Weird Boy get one more shot off on the turret? He can't. Turret survives. Got some stick bombers though. Not sure how accurate their stick bombs are to take out a turret. There's some melee though. Got some decent melee. Assault squad jumping in. Sluggers are here with Knob Leader and Burners. Merciless Strike is pretty good and they brute force them off. Now do you rotate mid or do you try to rush to the power? There's looters there, look. Back towards the mid though. You have Signum armor. Mark target on the sluggers. It's a bad day for them. They do get away though. And that's more Stern Guard for AngryMetalGuy. Dreadnought's in there, look. He's got an assault cannon already. Fighting sluggers in melee. Why is he so far forward with an assault cannon? Maybe just purchased it. Get that guy out of it. You know that you're facing multiple looters. They could get a beamy death gun and take that thing out. And there's a Mekboy, of course. Okay, it survives. Well judged in the end for neutral. Scouts are going to repair. Techmarine could maybe help with it, but he's busy shooting something. A War Banner. Stuff leveling up. Space Marines maybe stabilizing the mid here. Force Commander's almost level 3. Has a Sacred Standard for the full-on support Force Commander. Stick bombs. More stick bombers also for SchmusCriminal, of course, as you saw earlier. Devastator's here with advanced targeting. Oh, there's over there chucking those sluggers into melee. And the Devastators just leave. Sluggers took a while to get moving. They were out of coherency, I think. There's Merciless Strike. A good hit on it. Really good hit on it. Even with that hit, though, oh, User Choppers comes in. And Ardboys, 2 buffs from the Warboss, and they cannot stand against that. I think they're going to make it out. Turret might have to save them here. They do make it out. Kommando Knob now with stick bombs of his own. And the Mega Boom Kit. Warboss gets revived there. On the central VP, it is red with an Assault Cannon Dreadnought holding the line alongside a bunch of Marines, of course. There's Mark Target on the Weird Boy. Can they get him? They can. That was huge amounts of damage. Mark Target is so good. 40% more damage to the target. It's huge. Techmarine almost level 6, doing some good work with his master-crafted bolt gun. No, says Strongest Latino. Oh, the Dreadnought went down. Is that what he was referring to? What the hell took it out? Oh, there was beamies there, look. Dang it. Didn't even spot it. Not sure what Latino was referring to, though. Something over here, I think. Not sure. Tier 3's coming in for Ghaz, AngryMetalGuy, and Strongest Latino. His power's been bashed. The turret is down. Maybe it was the turret going down. Did some decent work, that turret. There's the drop pod that brought in AngryMetalGuy's Stern Guard. Warboss is charging around. Now I'm angry, giving some nice health regen there. Hide the guns, infiltrates the looters. They can open up in the face of the Force Commander, although he does have that defend. There it is. There's defend. Doesn't make him immune to damage, but it does mean you can walk through the suppression and do some melee stuff. Mid is blue for the Orks. Looks like they just touched the power there. Flash kits on the way for Ghaz. Now if the blue team end up getting like multiple flash kits and the multiple knobs, do you keep the Storm Shield to defend against the flash kits, or do you get the hammer to try and disrupt the knob squads? I think you get librarians here. They haven't got librarians. Can they get this other Weird Boy? Mark Target again. Oh, some Vanguard veterans are in too. I think that's a good shout. They can fight knob squads reasonably well. They're not going to win the fight, but they'll do some good damage, and Merciless Strike means they can disrupt. Sluggers are on them though. There's the tier 3 for SchmusCriminal. Looks like Make Eldars Great Again and Neutral are the players in tier 2. I mean, Neutral did spend on that Dreadnought and upgraded it. That was expensive. Needs to heal himself. There we go. Use it to escape. Oh, did get Armor of Purity in the end for faster heals, which means Purification Rites goes off more often. 306 to 277 on the VPs. What is this? There's a whole bunch of Orks rampaging up the south side. Vanguard veterans barely made it out, but here is AngryMetalGuy to support, leaving Neutral 2v1. Flash kits have their blasters, and they are blasting. Attacks are out. Level 4 Force Commander Neutral calling the 2 again. AngryMetalGuy trying to push down the south side to maybe bash the power in the meantime. When you have 2 players on you in this instance, just back off the VP. Try to defend your power is the play, generally speaking. Unless you can see an opening where you can do some work. Plasma gun tax in play here. Very effective against heavy infantry, such as flash kits and Nob squads. I don't see any Nobs yet, though. Here's the last tier 3, Make Eldars Great Again. How much red do we see on the red team? Strongest Latino can get Terminators. Or he's got the red for Terminators, doesn't have the other resources. Surely you get Assault Terminators here, give them claws. Be aggressive and get the Librarian to port them out. Neutral asking for the Techmarine to be more present in the mid. Oh, some sneaky sluggers, look. They are spotted. There's stick bombs chucked in. It's just really messy. Defend goes up. Foot of Gork goes in. Can they dodge it? They didn't seem to go off. I think the Weird Boy cancelled it. Look at this flank though from SchmusCriminal. Use your choppers on the sluggers. And there's that powerful power claw in there too. What did they get stunned by? Stun bombs, I guess. That saved those devastators there. And the sluggers are going to wipe, I think. All because of those friendly stun bombs coming in. Warboss also goes down. They turned it around the Space Marines. And they push now. I feel like they haven't hit the power all that much, although I don't think the Orks have either. I think this has been hit maybe a bit. 3 flash kits on the field now. 2 Vanguard veterans. Here comes a tank for Neutral. Flash kits can't do much against vehicles, so there is that. But we also have looters, one of them with a beamy already. And the Mekboy can get a beamy. 288, 231. Can they bash power quickly here? Stern Guard could switch to Vengeance rounds maybe to do it. Looks like they don't want to switch. There we go, they're switching. Vengeance rounds against vehicles and super heavy infantry and buildings. 288 to 231. Tax can't deal with that. Apothecary is down, by the way, right here. Level 3. Tank on the field. First Nob squad on the field. No Librarians, no Whirlwinds, no Land Raiders. Yet. AngryMetalGuy is floating resources, but look, he's only got 15 pot. So he can't get anything tasty. It may be worth dropping a Devastator model or 2 or a Scout model or 2 to get something else on the field. He just can't fit anything in his population right now. Level 7 Techmarine. Doing well, isn't he? With that mastercrafted bolt gun. Got the refractor field in now. Very efficient shield. 6.25 damage for every point of energy. I thought it was 6 to 1. It's even higher than that. But it doesn't get the knockback immunity for other shields. 2 Orc heroes down here. In fact, all 3 of them are down. Ouch, but look at the flash kits with that burst damage. That is crazy. On those blobbed up Tax and Stern Guard. Vanguard veterans need to try and jump before they can let that first volley loose. But there's the Nob squad to counter-initiate. And they scare them off. And these guys aren't even upgraded yet. Meaner and Greener on the way. Gives them the frenzy. What is this? Is that a Venerable? No, it's Stern Guard veterans for Neutral. I was going to say, how is he getting a Venerable in? That might be a good shout, though. Let a few of your models die, dropping a Venerable Dreadnought. Down goes the Force Commander, which means his Sacred Standard buffs damage even more. 288 to 182. There's that tank, by the way. What is this now? It's Assault Terminators for strongest Latino. By default with Thunderhammers and Storm Shields, but they can get Lightning Claws, which would be very useful against all of this Ork infantry. There was some marked target too there. There's 2 Nob Squads on the field, 3 Flash Kits. Still no Librarian. No Whirlwind. Does anyone even have the pop for a Librarian? Maybe Neutral does? Kommando starting to revive stuff. He's got a rocket launcher too. That tank needs to be very careful. Stay the hell back. Stay behind a bunch of infantry if you can. High-powered shot. Shutting down the Weird Boys' basic attacks at least. A whole bunch of shenanigans in the mid here. Vanguard veterans. Gonna get mobbed in a minute. There's the Warp Vomit to shut them down. I think they'll be alright. Here comes the tank. Where's the Kommando? He's right there. Oh no. I think the tank's too close. You have to be so careful with it. The rocket launch is insane. It's not going to make it out. He actually used right in me crosshairs there. I don't think he needed to. Vanguard veterans doing some work. Look at this now. And then they run. Why did they run? I don't know why they ran there. Just started smacking the Kommando knob. Warboss is back to his feet and he's not happy. Almost level 3. Nob Squad here with U-Jammers and Nob Leader. Fully upgraded, absolutely terrifying. And these guys have been left. Those were Stern Guard of Neutral. And Neutral's down to 2 squads. You got a little bit overwhelmed there a bit. I think maybe he noticed those guys were in trouble and thought they're not going to get away anyway, so just fight to the death. Ghaz is down to 3 units. Orks can start like pumping out Nobs and Flash Kits. And it's basically all you need, right? Because Nob Squad will tear apart anything. Flash Kits will delete infantry. Then it's all about controlling the Nobs and the Flash Kits. Neutral now has the opportunity to like remold his army here. He's got tons of resources. Tons of population. That is a Venerable Dreadnought from AngryMetalGuy. I guess he lost some models along the way. He had Devastators, didn't he? I think he had Plasma Devs. And they're gone. So we see a Venerable. Unique to the Techmarine. Big chunk of hit points. Melee Walker with an inspiration on kill. The screen is shaking all over the place because of the Mega Rumbler. Stern Guard, more Stern Guard in for Neutral. Should get a Librarian or a Whirlwind, I think. Or maybe save for a Land Raider. Not sure why the Stern Guard were brought in there. They just got flash kitted. They didn't drop a model though. And these guys don't have claws yet. It's kept them with the Thunderhammers for now. Force Commander is down, by the way. Should get revived. Strongest Latino is asking for it. Techmarine's busy capping. Apothecary could do it. Here he comes, I think, to do so. Orks have contested power with gens on it. And there's a couple of shooter boys here trying to guard it. Doesn't want to reinforce them because it will take up population. He's letting them live their best life shooting. There's high-powered shot on those sluggers. And there's more Dakar on those beamy looters there. Venerable Dreadnought has to charge out. That does make it. And now Lightning Claws are in. And we see these guys buffed by Defend, making them stand up way better to the blasters. Venerable Dreadnought survives for now. Top of your screen there. Yeah, but look at the Nob Squad getting absolutely dog-walked by the Terminators. Messed them up. Just handled. And they were supported by that Defend. Where's the Force Commander now? He's still in there. He's still in there. And they're still being defended. There are limits to their powers, though, the Terminators. They're getting low here. needs to get Terminators up short. I mean a Librarian to teleport those guys away. Gate of Infinity, so powerful. There's a Mega Rumbler. And a Foot of Gork and a Rocks. Good grief. I think some Stern Guard were wiped in there. Venerable Dreadnought being repaired, top of your screen. Good old Heavy Bolter, stemming the tide slightly. Flash kits are there though, and there's a Weird Boy as well. And of course stick bombs. It's so difficult to try and stabilize against that amount of stuff. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for neutral. The Dreadnought is still alive. Here comes another Nob Squad though. But you've seen what those Lightning Claws can do. Do you keep the defend, or do you get a Thunderhammer? I think you keep the defend, because that's a lot of blasters. And reducing that by 50% is huge. Yeah, Land Raider on the way. Gonna make a big difference, of course. AngryMetalGuy floating outrageous amounts of resources. Needs to spend it. But of course, when he reinforces all these squads here, he's not gonna have the population. Is it worth just chucking those scouts away so you can get your own Terminators or a Librarian or something? Vanguard Veterans on the flash kits. Good target for them. Nob Squad coming in, and there's the Vengeance rounds doing work. Look at that. They pop their Frenzy. Terminators are in there now with the Defender. And the Nob Squad don't want any part of that. Venerable Dreadnought charging through. Not sure if he's going to survive though. There's a Nob Squad there and a Warboss. I'm not sure why he didn't want to repair. Maybe he just wants to get rid of this population that the Dreadnought's taken up. There's Stoicism. Takes out the Warboss. And maybe wipes the Nob Squad. Almost. They got away. Mid is still blue. 222 to 141. Is this Terminators? It's more Stern Guard, I think. How many Stern Guard are dropped in this game? There's the Land Raider Redeemer. Could be the difference here. The Space Marines can now retreat back to this so they can be much more aggressive. And they can reinforce off it. Here's some Terminators for AngryMetalGuy. They are getting an Assault Cannon. Decent shout here, I think, because that weapon can suppress. If you can suppress the Nob Squad early, it means they pop their Frenzy early. And you can maybe make them waste it. Nob Squad, Orks coming in. They're not dropping a Nob Squad in. Was largely dodged, I think. What's Apothecary up to? Why are you standing there? Get back. Maybe he's just keeping vision up. Assault Terminators, I need some reinforcing, don't they? Still no Plasma Gun for the Techmarine, but he just hit level 10. He's doing well. It might be time to switch. I think he wants to keep that suppression though. Some friendly stuns there. A Whirlwind back here would be so good. There's the over there. That is terrifying. 2 Nob Squads in your face immediately. Land Raider needs to respond. As soon as you see a Nob Squad coming for the Land Raider, you need to move it. And it hasn't been moved. And look at the damage it's taken. It's still not moving. Oh, it's getting Mega Rumblered, I think. That's why. Yeah, that's rough. When a Mekboy teleports in and Mega Rumblers, you can't move your Land Raider, down it goes. They needed to focus down that Mekboy with everything they had, but they were busy trying to contain other things. 203 to 113. Land Raider down then. Did not really do much, did it? Mega Rumbler and a Nob Squad is all it needed. There may have been other things helping out as well. Oh yeah, probably this guy. And they killed the Nob Squad, the Nob Leader here. The Kommando Nob even. Get it right, there he goes, he's down. Terminator's basically unscathed. Techmarine still doing well with his shield up. And they can cap the mid. They withstood it. Lost a Land Raider, I guess. What does neutral go for? Get a Librarian or a Whirlwind. Ideally both of them. Force Barrier would have protected the Land Raider there. A Whirlwind may have as well. Although these days it does friendly fire, doesn't it? Vanguard Veterans level 4. running the hell away. They tried to get onto the VP, I think. Do they get away? They do. Of course, Kommando is now level 7. Got plenty of energy to power to defend, but needs to let it charge up here. Or regenerate, I guess. 202 to 89 on the VPs. There's so much range damage coming in. How many Nob Squads? 4 Nob Squads, 4 Flash Kits, 5th Flash Kit on the way. There's a Librarian, finally, for AngryMetalGuy. Still got tons of resources. I guess he's preserved his stuff pretty well. Hasn't had to reinforce a lot of it. Ouch. That's what the Flash Kits can do. Those guys getting healed and running away. I mean, it's difficult to have an answer for that. The moment you get into range, you just get exploded in the face. I feel like they should have a wind-up like Wraithguard, surely. Why don't they have a wind-up? They do have answers, though. They have Whirlwinds. They have Librarians. We just haven't seen them. I don't know how often you could... There it is. There's the Force Barrier. Not a good place to use it, but I'm not sure what the cooldown is on that. But if you had 3 Librarians, imagine that. 3 Force Barriers. How would they get through it? If you had the damage to back it up, that is. There's a Foot of Gork. Hit a couple of Terminators, I think. Vanguard Veterans with a very staggered jump. Have to jump right back out again. Another Foot of Gork back there. Exploded those Devastators out of existence. Strongest Latino trying to do some stuff with his melee now. Well, they're getting stunned left and right. The stick bombers have been used so well. Constant stuns. 144 to 89. Vanguard Veterans getting messed up, had to run. Terminators are down now. The Orks have just played it really well. They've used the stick bombers fantastically. They transition so seamlessly into Flash Kits and Nobs, and now there's just a ton of them. Took out the Land Raider with ease using Mega Rumbler. Big old war. 143 to 87 on the VPs. Good jump. Oh, there's a Whirlwind now. Look at that. I think it's just going to die, though. Yeah, they just don't have enough stuff to kind of defend support units right now. I think the Orks have overpowered them. Rocks in base. There's a double cap now. Soon to be a triple, most likely. Yep, Orks are just pushed all the way up. Vanguard Veterans. Little jump and a Merciless. There is the triple cap. Look at the resources of AngryMetalGuy. Crazy, crazy high. A lot of the time he just couldn't get anything else because of his population. The scouts are still there. Maybe it was worth letting these guys go, even if they were fully upgraded. Another Venerable Dreadnought comes in. The triple cap, though, is going to seal it. Stone Guard trying to cap, are they? Yeah. It's not going to be enough time. There's the GG. Orks power through. And there you have it. It was a tough one for the Space Marines. They had some vital losses, losing both of those earlier Dreadnoughts without doing too much. No Librarians, no Whirlwinds. They didn't have the disruption to then deal the damage. And once all these Flash Kits and Nob Squads came out, it was really rough. Weird Boys were used really well. Stick Bombers were used really well. The Orks just played it really well. And that's usually what it is in a faction war. These guys, I think, obviously play together quite a lot. Knew exactly what they were doing. A level 7 Mekboy. Level 7 Kommando. Only level 3 Warboss. They had heavy armor at the end. Apothecary level 7. I still think he should have gone customized Stormbolter. Although, I mean, getting level 7, nothing to sniff at. Level 10 Techmarine. And a level 8 Force Commando. Rocks was coming in there. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Big thanks to these guys for playing a faction war. And I'll see ya next time.